Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Sports Talk with Jamie Hughes on Hometown Sports Corner. And boy, is that not a beautiful shot right there. Again, this is video courtesy of Race Rumble from Big Lake Cumberland Speedway super late model race that took place down in Burnside, Kentucky. And folks, again, another nice night of racing down there for those folks. And how are you doing tonight? Jamie Hughes here, and I hope all of you are doing well out there. And we trust that you'll be able to stick around for a little while as we go around the track and talk dirt track racing. Some nice races took place at a couple different places, and of course they opened things up as we told you they would at Mountain Motor Complex, only it was a day later. Had to run that Friday night's race on Saturday, but that's okay. We'll talk about it. Unfortunately, they were not the only races that got rained out Friday night. Ponderosa's big race did not happen. They tried to get it in, and you tip your hat to them for that, but not able to get it in. Nevertheless, though, a lot of those fans and drivers took their equipment just down to Junction City. I want you to check out this shot right here. Is that not a sweet, sweet video right there? The man with the plan down there done an excellent job, as he as always does. And again, let's talk a little dirt track racing. No, keep it right here actually, as we got the camera zoomed in, and this is from Lake Cumberland Speedway. Nice racing action there, as they had a big showing. And you get this one underway. Green. Looking at that footage, folks, coming straight at you there. Side by side down the back stretch, going into 1 and 2, scraping the wall. Oh, my, don't they know that Brandon Hartgrove just painted that place? Don't matter. They're headed for home, and that's the opening laps of this one from Lake Cumberland Speedway. And, folks, it did not disappoint. A good showing down there for all of the fans that were in attendance as they ran that Johnny Wheeler Memorial, and we knew it was going to be a fun one, and as I said, it didn't disappoint. You race fans looking back through the action there, seeing them side by side. Again, Jeff Schaus does a fantastic job. If you have not done so, you need to check him out, as he, of course, has Race Rumble on YouTube and Facebook and so forth. Not going to get to show you all of this one. Wouldn't if we could, because we want you to go to Jeff's page and check it out. But how about that blue number 57 up there in the front? This is a 53-lap race. $10,031 to win. Oh, my. $10,031. I'd probably wreck James Sandlin for that much money. But Cameron Marlar got the biggest win of his career. As you see him on top of the leaderboard there. Josh Rice comes home second. Pearson Williams third. Jason Jameson fourth. And Dalton Wilson comes away in the fifth spot there in this, again, a big super late model race that took place down at Lake Cumberland Speedway. And just a fun night of racing action down there for them. And we want to bring you a little bit of this one and share it with you. Also, let me tell you about some of the other races while we're looking at this super late model. In the Pro Crate late models, it would be Roman Wesley taking the checkered flag. The guy that they call Jeff Watson come up second. Good showing nevertheless. Jordan Wesley comes home third. Zane Powell would ride home fourth. And Logan Walls gets a top 5 finish in the Pro Crate late models. In the Roark and Sun Transport open wheel modified features, it would be number 10, Brian Barber going to the win. Ben Petrie in the second spot. Jeremy Sears third. Billy Upgraff fourth. And Kyle Cochran would round out the top 5. In the Caleb Wilson Lumber Grassroots Hobby Stock, it would be David Marlar getting the win. Congratulations to David Marlar. How many times have we said that over the years? As Marlar gets the checkered flag, Logan Preston comes home second. Had a good show in there in that hobby stock. Ross Burnett third. Aiden Smith and Rylan Duncan rides home in the top 5. And then in Lake Cumberland Speedway's mini stock features, it would be Jacob Gibson taking the checkered flag. Eric Parton comes home second, Ryan Hargis third, Raymond Ferguson fourth, and in the fifth spot it would be Jim Rowland. And again, they are rolling right there in that one as they continue to get right up high on the wall. Look at that. That car almost took the camera out that time. Nice racing action. Good racing action also in the Crown Vics. Barry Carrier in the 2M would get the checkered flag. Tyler Henry finishes second, and Terry Greenwell would ride home third. And again, folks, just encourage you strongly to go check out this super late model race on Racing Rumble's Facebook page. Jeff does a killer job, and you'll be impressed with all of the action. Again, over 2 hours of editing time just in this late model feature. So you need to go check it out, guys. He does just a great job, and you'll like what you see, and nothing like watching it in person. Now, I've seen the best in the business filming them, and I've went home and watched them after I was there in person. And anybody that's a true diehard race fan will tell you there's nothing like being at the dirt track in person. But if not, then you want to certainly check out the people that are working hard to make this sport better. And Jeff's one of the good guys there with Race Rumble, and we appreciate him, as always, letting us carry a little bit of the video there, as he does from time to time. And guys, we're going to I thought we was going to take a break, but instead let's keep it right here. There we go. And let me tell you, trying to get connected up with James Sandlin and a couple other guys, this could be a big show for us. I started off with some dirt track news here, and we'll go over some more results and give James a little more time to join us. But we have at Showtime a new head coach announced. James told you guys 2 weeks ago that he thought we were going to start seeing some coaching changes. We had a lot of people telling us that there would be some coaching changes. And then some other people come behind us and said, that's not true. So we held our cards close. We didn't report what we were told because we didn't ever want to announce something and it not be true. But since then, Coach Matt Taylor stepped down at Letcher Central, and he accepted the job at Shelby Valley. And then from Shelby Valley, that news, then we were told there would be 3 or 4 coaching changes, and this is the second one. Earlier today, we broke the story that Coach Misty McAlawrence had resigned from her position, and we confirmed that before we posted. And then after we made the post, shortly thereafter, James Sandlin, later on tonight, I got messages, and then before I could get home in time to post it, it's already now all over the internet. Another 14th Region basketball player from Letcher Central, the assistant coach over there, Miss Kaylee Rowe, will accept the Perry County Central head coaching job, brother.
Yeah, it's a big pickup. You know, it's a big pickup for Perry Central. Of course, I want to start off by saying, wish Coach McAlawrence the best of luck. You know, she's always been very humble and hospitable to me and you anytime we've ever needed anything. Make sure she's always come over and said hello and had a conversation with us. So I don't know what Coach McAlawrence's future holds, but whatever it is, I wish her the best of luck. And, you know, if you're going to replace Coach McAlawrence, Coach Lowe's going to come in. She's going to have some big shoes to fill, but she's been around the game. She's played college basketball, and she knows the game. She's been part of a winning program at Letcher Central. So, you know, if you're going to go a new path, Coach Kayla Lowe is a good choice by the Commodores.
I think so, and let me echo what you said, James. Coach Misty McAlawrence is, as always, anytime we've reached out to her from the show, we've had her on 2 or 3 times, and she's always been gracious to come on. Should she choose to coach, there are 5 teams, 10 teams that would take her tonight. So it'll be anxious to see. I think she steps back probably a little bit and kind of figures out what she wants to do and what her next move is. But she'll be an excellent coach somewhere should she want to continue to do that. She does have 2 uber talented daughters. When I say that, of course, the youngest one was our MVP of our All-Star game. Danny's going to be a great up-and-coming player, and then we know, of course, her daughter that's playing on the varsity level, potentially maybe Player of the Year candidate next year. So I wouldn't expect anything but the right choice for her entire family to be made. But if she chooses to watch them from afar, the game will miss her. Or should she choose to coach at the next level, there's spots for her there too. I'd love to see her coaching at the college level. And then again, there'll be several high schools that she can land at and coach there too. But then back to what you said, this young lady that they've hired at Perry Central, she's the all-time leading scorer at Letcher Central. And a lot of players will tell you, one of them I interviewed a couple years ago, she said, I got one goal, and that's to become the all-time leading scorer. And it's easy. It's not as easy as it might sound, brother, to do that. But they hired a good candidate there too, man.
Man, they did. She comes from a basketball background. I mean, like I said, she played in high school. She's played in college. She's been over there with Coach Baker and seen what he does and the success and watch how he does things and what a mentor to go into a new program. It's been to pick up the phone up and call Coach Baker and get some advice from Coach Baker at Letcher Central. And oh yeah, there's still a job opening at Letcher Central for the boys. I mean, I don't think that we're done seeing coaching moves yet. We still got 2 coaching jobs in the mountains that I think is going to be high sought after jobs, and that's the girls' job at Pikeville High School and the boys' job at Letcher Central. And then I seen that Letcher Central just posted the baseball job as well. So there's a lot of moves still coming. Although there's only a short amount of school days left, there's some big moves that still coming in the high school ranks in the 14th and 15th region.
And James, perhaps a little bit earlier than what we thought they would have too, man. I just I thought we'd see some dominoes fall, and sometimes, especially in this case, when a job opens up, if another head coach, such as Matt Taylor, for example, let's go back to him. He's taken the job at Shelby Valley. Should a 14th region coach then take his job, then there's going to be another job open up.
Hey, and I just found out today, we cover a whole lot of the 14th and 15th, but I'm lucky enough to get to spend a whole lot of time in the 13th region. And the Harlan County girls' job is open. If you know anything about Harlan County and you think we've got nice facilities in the 14th region, drive over there to Harlan County High School and look what a facility that Harlan County's got in the high school, the football field, the basketball gymnasium. I'd put their gymnasium up against anybody against any gym in the country, and then they're going to give you the reins to the girls program in Harlan County. And Harlan County and that area down there is send a few to go play at UK.
And again, their feeder program is always good over there, James. And it's a nice get, man. Whoever gets that job.
Yeah, it's going to be a job that's sought after. So that's not far. You take from a throw from Perry, Knott, Letcher, Pikeville to Harlan County is about an hour and 25-minute drive. So you stay in the mountains, and it's not that far of a move.
And then, James, you got to wonder, too, with some of these moves, how does that play in effect as far as the students? Some of them coaches kids, and I'm not going to get into speculation there, but if a coach, I never, ever could fault a kid for going where their parents coached. That's my take on that, and I'll probably leave it alone at that for right now.
Well, you can't fault a kid for going with it where their parents, whatever program is. I mean, you would fully expect them to go if that's what they so choose. Now, I will say this, with all these coaching moves coming up into something, when I've been reading Twitter and all this stuff, and, I think now there's close to 2,000 NCAA students that's in the transfer portal, and I know we're on coaches, but Jamie, at some point, somebody's going to have to put a foot down at some point and say, this transfer stuff's got to stop.
James, there's no way to regulate it, though. Only Congress could pass a law to regulate it. It's worse than the NBA and minor league sports because, and I'm saying this, and we may come out with 15 junior, seniors, NIL players that hangs number 9, and you know me, I'm going to celebrate it. But it's crazy right now that the University of Duke had 7 players transfer, and they didn't change coaches.
Well, think of it. If I'm a college player, I take it now. If I know that my chances of making it to the NBA slim, I make my money in college.
Well, and just like the kid that we thought we were going to get, well, he's left, and now he's not going to Arkansas. All indications is he's going to Memphis. James, there's rumors that he might get a $2.5 million deal from FedEx to go play at Memphis. That's crazy, man. If he stays there 3 years, he'll make more than he could have made as a rookie in the NBA.
It is crazy, but somebody at some point's got to make a line. I mean, you're right. It's going to take an act of Congress to get it done, but there's got to be something because you don't know how. You're getting these kids, and they are kids. I mean, let's throw it out there. And Rick Pitino said it best. Now, since the NIL's coming, there's no more amateur athletes. Nope. And people say these kids. The kids goes out the window. The phrase "these kids" goes out the window when we're paying them 6 digits to play a sport and go to college. They're not kids now. Now they're men.
They're employees, is what they are.
Yes,
they're employees of that university.
Yeah, with grown men repercussions. Now you watch what I'm telling you. We're just now getting in the NIL deals. Second year of NIL.
Mm-hmm.
You watch what I'm telling you, and you can mark it down. There'll be a major conference that'll end up in federal jail based over these NIL deals.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And then everybody keeps saying, well, what happens when one of these teams load up and lose? What happens when one of these teams load up and win? The first team that can buy themselves a national championship, whether it be Kentucky, Utah, BYU, Florida State, Miami, UCLA, whoever, the first team that buys themselves a championship, then the game loses big time, James, because it just doesn't have the attraction that it's got right now.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to say, but I'm a proponent of, if kids need to transfer, put themselves in better situations. And there's instances where kids need to transfer and get out of a program they're in. But just up and say, I don't want to play here. I'm getting paid $150,000 to play basketball. Next year I can make $160,000 by transferring here with no other reason other than money. Has got to be a reason to stop it.
The first time you get mad at coach and you walk off the court in the middle of the season, you don't just let the coach down, you let all your teammates down, you let your fan base down. Just because you're mad and you know you can get the same money down the road, that'll happen too. You remember I said that, man.
It'll happen. And I tell you what, that's going to happen. Some of these NIL deals, they're going to get students there, and they're going to, like you said, they're going to lose early. Season's going to end, and the university's not going to pay these kids what they owe them for NIL deals.
Then you go to court, and that team gets held up in court right before the tournament, and we've got a bigger mess than we've ever had. We have, man. Today, right now, I worry about the game of basketball at the college level, but we've jumped all around the place and haven't really got to where we want to get started. James, how about I take a commercial break before you freeze out there? I won't keep you on the whole show if you're not able to, but
no, you're good.
We got we got some baseball we got to talk about. We got a lot of different things coming up. You folks stick around. I do want to say a big thank you to the Bank of Hyman and all of our good sponsors. We'll be back with more right here on Sports Talk with James and Jamie. Stick around, folks. We'll be right back.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
Ehi, it's me, Marcello. Are you looking for a great place to eat lunch or a dinner? Then go right now to Hot Rods. They have delicious pizza, cheese sticks, spaghetti, wings, a salad bar, and more. You can eat in, carry out, or get a delivery from 4 great locations: Heinemann, Hazard, Allen, and Betsy Lane. That's a Hot Rods. It's the best place this side of Italy. Mwah!
Hicks Brothers Construction knows that times are tough and your money is hard to come by. That's why they pledge to always do the job right the first time. Specializing in backhoe work, septic systems, house seats, and road work. No job is too big or too small. Hicks Brothers Construction, a name you know you can count on. Call 606-785-4838. That's Hicks Brothers Construction.
Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson and the Knott County Fiscal Court is happy to once again be sponsoring another event featuring our Knott County youth. Judge Executive Dobson and the members of the Knott Fiscal Court encourage you to support all our Knott County youth in all of their academic and athletic endeavors. That positive reinforcement means the world to these student athletes. This reminder from Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson and the Knott County Fiscal Court.
And welcome back to Sports Talk here on Hometown Sports Corner. My buddy James Sandlin joining me down there from Emelina. I don't know if I heard the Wolves or what it was. Something I thought something was going to get you down there, brother.
Kyle,
Yeah.
You're going wild, my buddy.
Everything good?
That's what happens when you live out in the back and out in the sticks.
Me and you both. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody ever claimed me and you city slickers, are they? Everything good down your way, brother?
Man, it is good. You know, we're all over the place. You're right, busy. I want to start off by congratulating the Powell County Pirates. I don't know if that's on your list. The 2A state champions in baseball down there in Powell County, so congratulations. And good luck to the Lady Hazard Bulldogs heading to Owensboro this upcoming weekend for the All Ages to represent the 14th region.
No reason to believe they won't have a good showing, man. They're red hot. The Lady Bulldogs had a great softball season.
They're red hot, man. But when you go to Owensboro, everybody's red hot.
You're right. You're right.
You know, we was blessed to go twice. The first time was an experience. Second time we went to win it all and made it to the Elite Eight. So I think that Coach Combs and Coach Neese at the Hazard man's got some young Bulldogs. They're hungry, and you're right, man. They're as hot as you can get right now.
And we wish them the best of luck. Hey, James, when you say we, of course, you're talking about the coaching stint at Knott Central with those two 14th region All-A's. A couple of your former players played their senior night this week, and I know as the old coach, you want to wish them the best of luck too, man.
Yeah, Gigi Sloan and Ava Sloan, both of them seniors. They was part of both of those back-to-back All-A region championships, and they've had good high school careers, and I expect them to go on and be really good people and community partners here in the county and surrounding, and just some good family and some extremely good young ladies.
Tell me a story about each of them. You've got stories about all of them.
Well, Gigi, you know, she it is what it is. Gigi's always got a smile on her face. Her dad, Shelby, was a roommate of mine through the State Police Academy back in the early 2000s. Gigi, you know, I think she had a big hit to send us out of the 14th region to the All 8 Owensboro. So, and then, of course, Miss Ava Sloan. She's always had a smile on her face, plays super hard. Last year I coached, she won Miss Centralia. So it's not every day you get a coach of Miss Centralian winners. So both those young ladies have done extremely well for themselves. They've represented their school and their families and their friends and themselves extremely well in their high school endeavor. And, of course, never hurts, too, when you get a couple nice W's. Got a good one over Prestonsburg that night, and then they win against Floyd Central, a close one last night. So that's good for the Lady Pats there. Yeah, they're playing some good ball right now, and Coach Moberly's doing a good job with them. And they've got some nice facilities up there. They've upgraded this year. They've done a really good job, and Coach Dameron with the baseball bat pats, they're on fire as well. So Not Central doing really good in their spring sports.
It's a good time indeed for the Patriots. I was going to get to Not Central in just a minute. But, James, let's also talk while I've got the graphic up here. And I've had this being a Cordia, a Corbin, and I've had them all. But when it was all said and settled tonight, it was Corbin and Pikeville playing. We're trying to get a score on that one. But, James, more importantly, that starts the 2024 Cordia High School Memorial Classic down at Cordia, the David Melton Memorial Classic. And we're just excited to get to bring people some of that. Hopefully, our game of the week will come from down there tomorrow night. And I know you've talked to the Meltons a little more this year than I have, and a lot of good things comes out of this tournament here, or this classic, I should say.
Every team that plays in it gets an athlete off that team gets a college scholarship. Of course, David Melton was a staple in the Lots Creek community over at Cordia for years. But not only that, he was a staple in mountain baseball for years. He's had kids that come down and played from him from Moorhead, Letcher County, Knott County. He coached state champion teams in the Stan Musial back in the early 90s over on Lots Creek. So he's took kids and went and played national tournament levels. And Steve and Joel Melton's just super good people as well. And they do it the right way over at Lots Creek, man. And Joel and Steve's keeping the legacy of their dad going. And he, every dime that's made after all the bills are paid is donated to Hospice Southern Bluegrass. So not a dime of it do they keep at Cordia. They give it every bit back out in college scholarships and the hospice.
James, it's starting to attract some attention across the Commonwealth, brother. Tomorrow night, Knott County opens up against Buckhorn at 5:30. Clay County and Bath County ought to be a dandy in the nightcap of that one. Then on Saturday, Letcher Central and Paintsville at 10 o'clock. PRP making the trek up here to Eastern Kentucky. They'll play two. They'll play the first one against Paintsville at 12:30. And then they'll play that Powell County team that just won the 2A state championship at 3 o'clock. And then Cordia will finish it up against Pineville. Some good baseball to be played down in Lots Creek, Kentucky, brother.
Yeah, 3 teams in the top 15 in the state. Then I think PRP is bringing down a baseball candidate who's already signed or committed to the University of Louisville, who throws about 95 mile an hour off the mound. I mean, the kid can throw it. So a lot of good baseball and good baseball players going on in the mountains over at Lots Creek. I don't know if there's a tournament in East Kentucky that brings the talent in the teams in that the David Melton Classic does over on Lots Creek.
I'm so happy for those folks, and it will continue to get them good recognition. And James, again, the 14th region, well represented. Knott County, Cordia, Letcher, all going to play in it. The 15th region, sending, and the Buckhorn from the 14th, and then the 15th, I have Paintsville playing over there. And then we got Pikeville and Powell County, of course, also from the 14th. So a lot of good local teams added to those teams that are coming in to visit.
Yeah, just a lot of good baseball over. I've talked to, like I said, Joel Melton and Chris Hamburg. Chris Hamburg, I think, is the president of it this year over at the David Melton Classic. And, every kid comes in, gets a T-shirt, and everybody's going to walk. Well, not everybody, but every team's going to walk away with college scholarships. So they do it the right way over, man. And you can't talk about Cordia baseball without talking about the Meltons. It'd be impossible.
And then, of course, you're doing some umpiring and so forth. Have you called any this week, brother?
Yeah, I've called 3 games, doubleheader at Letcher, and then called Jackson City and Powell County. So did some umping this week. I've got into it. I enjoyed it. It keeps me around the game, keeps me young, gets me some exercise.
And we're excited. Won't be long to me and you'll be on the microphone calling a baseball game, hopefully.
Yeah.
But while we continue to wait for that, James, where do you think softball and baseball are right now in the mountains?
Man, the 14th region, I'll start with softball because I've watched a lot more of it this year. the softball's wide open. I think you got 6 teams that can win it in the 14th region. It's probably the most competitive region I think I've ever seen when you talk about who can win it. Of course, you've got Letcher Central, Coach Jay Perkins up there with Alyssa Nicely and Scarlett Stamper and a few more girls to go with them. It goes a long way. I think he's got a chance to win it. I think that, of course, Coach Ratliff and the Lady Commodores are always in the running at Prairie Central. Coach Combs, he's got a really nice young pitcher. And has got his daughter back off the injured list, so he's got a lot of good ones. I tell you, who don't get talked about a lot. He's got a catcher that I think could be Division I catcher material in Eddington. She's a really good-looking athlete, man. She controls the game well. She communicates well. She hits well. For those that's in softball, that's a name you probably want to keep up. Her and Peyton Fields is the 8th grade pitcher. And then you go travel down 15. You've got Pennington at Breathitt County with Mike Talby got a chance to win it. Mike's got a really good program at Breathitt County, and keep on 15. You go down to Wolfe County. Coach Howard Brandy's got an extremely nice team at Wolfe County, and then Shirley Beard's back at Estill. And anytime Shirley Beard's back at Estill, man, you gotta count her in the running whether you want to or not, because Estill's dangerous and they're playing pretty good softball right now.
James, why do you think, before we go on, and this is an honest question that you'll know much more than I will, why is it so even, Steven, this year? Pitching, more experience matters?
Man, there's a lot of really, really good pitchers. You've got Creech at Wolfe County. You've got Pennington at Breathitt. You've got Peyton Fields at Hazard. Alyssa Nicely at Letcher. Gigi Sloan's throwing really good at Knott Central right now. I can't remember the girl's name at Estill, but all these teams, man, have got really, really nice pitchers this year.
And, of course, all of these teams, no doubt, probably sent their kids to a lot of camps. And speaking of camps, I know one they can go to coming up real soon.
Yeah, they can come up to Sportsplex May the 11th. I think we've only got about 15 more spots open, so 15 or 20. So if you want to attend that camp, you need to get signed up quick. We had 10 just got signed up the last couple of days. Those spots will go quick. When we get 30, 35, we're going to close it. It'll be our first one we've ever had. So going to see how that one runs. Of course, we've got kids. I say kids, but now they're all adults, that's played at the college level. We'll have 3 or 4 softball coaches there, or players that's played in coaches are going to help. And then we're going to have vice versa on the boys' side, some that's played at the University of Cumberland, the UK, and some officials that's that knows the game as good as anybody, and break down some fundamentals and increase their IQ within about 4 hours that day. So going to have a lot thrown at them in a short amount of time, but it'll all be worth it.
And, of course, James has brought in a bunch of good help, and I'm going to pack you Gatorade and fix you hot dogs, because that's about the extent of how good I'll be. But, James, we're going to make it fun, and you know me, I'll break out the cameras and the microphones, and Todd Meadows is going to come and help me do that, and we will give the kids some extra exposure for getting to participate in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to look forward to it. Like I said, it's just a fundamental camp. Anything from base running to hitting, pitching, catching, fielding, just a lot, 4 hours of fundamental work. By the breakdown, they'll get about 45 minutes to an hour at each station. So they should get a lot out of it that day with a lot of knowledgeable people that's played the game for a long time and, played in college. So.
Folks, my buddy, he won't want me to say this, but I'll go ahead and tell you, he's put a ton of time already into this. And he's got it organized. And for our first one, it'll go off, and you'll be glad that you're part of it. I don't doubt for 1 second that everybody that participates in it will leave saying, "Well, when are you going to do the next one?" He's got a lot of good help, and it's going to be a good experience for all of us, James.
Yeah, and I want to say on that, man, thanks to, of course, Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson and Brock Amberg with Knott County Sportsplex. they call about every day, making sure what we need, and if there's anything else we can need or think of, and made sure we had some fields and anything we need useful up there. So, thanks to them and everybody that's coming in, going to be a really good day.
And it's going to continue to get better, no doubt about that, James. And just make yourself a couple notes on that, guys, and don't miss out. James, we missed a couple shout-outs. Nick Danner says you were right earlier. He was talking or agreeing with you when you were talking about giving these young kids a couple $1 million would be dangerous for them and their careers. And Brex Kilburn agrees with you. He said it's going to happen. And just shout out those two guys. Thanks for them watching. And anybody else tuning in, be sure to hit that like and share button for us, folks. And James, you gave me your top 5 or 6 in softball, but now on paper and from what you've seen, highlight-wise and so forth, who do you like here in the baseball side of things?
Well, you'd be amiss if you didn't say probably Powell County was number 1 in the 14th region, followed up probably by, I think you could flip a quarter between Breathitt and Knott. Both of them has really good pitching and players, and they're playing well. And then probably Perry. I think Perry's won 8 of their last 9 ball games. Wolf County's in A. Wolf is all A for baseball. They're going down to Eastern this weekend. They've already won the first round. Baseball's kind of set up different than softball. If you win the region, then you got to play sections, and they beat Harlan Independent earlier in the week. So they're going to go down to Richmond, I think, maybe this weekend to play in the Elite 8. So they've got a really good ball club. Coach Jim Bob McCauley over at Letcher is doing really well with him. Anytime that Hugh Williams is on the mound, Letcher's always got a chance to win. He's one of the top 3 or 4 pitchers in the region. He does a really good job at Letcher. Then Estill County's got a good ball club. So, man, it's the same way as softball. A lot of good pitching, a lot of good players. Going to be a really interesting. What the bad thing is probably 6 teams can win either one of them, baseball or softball. And when they make it to the region, 2 of the best 6 teams are going home first day.
James, you've got experience at this as a coach, and then, of course, your kids both played the game. How do you keep spring sports focused at the end with things like prom, senior trips, rainouts, makeups, these classics and tournaments? How do you get all that, get them to focus with all that going on, man?
A lot of it, is you got to have senior leadership. As a coach, you can only do so much. It's got to be up to the players. And what I've heard I think me and you had this conversation earlier in the week. The schools that get out before postseason have an extremely hard time getting players to commit the rest of the year. So, if the longer school goes on for spring sports, if there's school still going on when the region tournament comes around, those teams I think have got a little heads up because they're still going to school. Once kids get out of school and they get home, they stay up all night. They go lay by the swimming pool. Summer jobs are happening. A lot of different avenues that you don't have to deal with long as school's in comes into play. If you have practice early, if you have to go late. And then, of course, then you load a bus up at 3 o'clock when everybody else is out fishing or doing what they do in their summer. It's hard to stay focused. So I think the schools that's still in when region tournament comes around, I think they've got an advantage because they're still in that routine of going to school, practice for games, and then playing. The one that's out.
It looks like, man, all of them might be doing that this year, though. We didn't have any snow, and there's a chance, brother, that I think a lot of schools will graduate before the season's over. That'd be interesting.
It's really interesting. So that's the biggest thing, man. If they do, then who's hot, and who's not, and depends who's ready to move on and end the season.
I know I'm bouncing around a lot, James, but we didn't get to talk as much on the air last week. But how about the University of Kentucky baseball team? Everything's kind of been overshadowed because of what's going on in Rupp Arena with the new coach. But James, that baseball team is in the top 5 in the country right now. That's crazy, man.
Well, they are, but people kind of give me a hard time because when Cal stepped down and we hired Mark Pope, I kind of got on there and said that Kentucky's a baseball school. Most people took that as a jab at Mark Pope, and it wasn't. It was the fact Kentucky's really, really good this year. I mean, we've got a chance to
really, 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 really good.
And we've got a chance to win the SEC tournament. It wasn't a jab, but probably it was a bad timing with me saying that Kentucky's a baseball school. But they're playing extremely well right now.
And no reason to believe they won't continue to do so too, man. They got one win against Tennessee and was right in there in the second one.
Yeah.
Lost the middle of the 3 games pretty heavily, but broke attendance records. Sold more tickets than they'd ever sold for a set of games down there, and that's pretty cool too, man.
Did you see how many people was at that baseball game?
It was crazy. I saw the numbers of them combined.
25,000.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And in years past, too, they laughed and joked about how the Tennessee baseball fans would come and gobble those tickets. Well, this year they drove to Lexington, and a bunch of them said, uh-oh, we waited too late.
Yeah, so they're playing good, and I'll say this, if you think back probably 10, it might not have been that long ago. I'm showing my age.
You're ancient, so go ahead.
No, that coaches softball took Kentucky almost to the World Series, College World Series. And that's when the excitement took off for softball, and it's never looked back. So I hope that Kentucky has a lot of success. I'd love to see them playing in the College World Series because I think that just gets people fired back up. Baseball and softball gets overlooked a lot of times. And the more success that Kentucky can have, I think would bring some excitement back to spring sports.
Well, and I think that Coach Cornett and then Coach Justice and other volleyball coaches will say it absolutely happened in the world of volleyball. UK's volleyball team had some success, and the next thing you know, all these kids are still playing because they got interested in it with UK success a couple years ago in that sport.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be all of them. I think that's what happened to softball. When it really took off, Kentucky was getting to play on ESPN and started building a lot of excitement for the sport, and it did for volleyball. And I think if baseball, it keeps playing the way all they are right now, and can make that run at the end of the year, it just brings the excitement back. I think you'd see a lot more kids coming out for it, back out for it.
I think you 100% are correct, man. And for you sports fans that are just tuning in, we do want to say that we did announce earlier today that the assistant coach from Letcher Central, Coach Lowe, has taken the head coaching job at Perry County Central. She will be the new Lady Commodores head coach, and we wish her the best of luck. And also for those of you that are just tuning in, we talked earlier tonight about the first annual Hometown Sports Corner baseball camp coming up. And then we talked a lot about the David Melton Classic that's taking place down at Cordia High School. That, of course, got underway tonight. Knott County will go the first pitch tomorrow night against Buckhorn at 5:30. Second game will follow that, and then 4 big games on Saturday. So, James, it's a busy time for us in the world of sports, man.
Man, it is. It's a really good time. It's these spring sports, are starting to get some recognition that they well deserve across the region. I'm excited for them, man. Like I said, I keep talking about the Bat Pass, but they're on fire this year. Coach Cameron and Coach Turner's done a really good job. Of course, Connor Napier. Give a shout out to Connor Napier. He got named to the all-tournament team in the 2A state tournament down at Owensboro. So congratulations to Connor.
Playing really well, man. Yes, sir.
Austin Collins, the senior for Knott Central, he's already signed to play at Alice Lloyd College. Just looking forward to seeing all these different athletes. When the dust settles, how many from the Fort Henry region is going to play collegiate ball?
Did you see the play that happened? I guess against Knott tonight, where Austin
Yeah.
Collins was called for a foul, and looks to me like on the replay, James, it might have been off of his elbow.
Yeah, probably off those elbow guards.
Tough call, man.
Tough call, man. I'm glad I wasn't the guy that had to make it.
I said even if my buddy been behind the plate, I wouldn't agree with that call.
Yeah.
But when you have the luxury of replay and things that we can see on Facebook, you got to keep in mind sometimes the guys behind the plate and out on the field, they don't have that luxury. It's bang bang calls for them, man.
Yeah, I don't know. And you're probably looking at probably 80, and I'm just guessing. I don't know how fast the kid was pitching. I'd see 81, 83 mile an hour fastball. You hear that ding? Because those elbow guards, they're not made out of rubber. They're made out of a hard plastic, and the knob of the bat anymore. Some of these kids, put stuff in the bat, and so, 82 mile an hour. The umpire blinks the time it happens, swings around, hear the sound. I mean, there's a bunch of different things that can happen that if you're sitting in the stands or you can go back and watch it on video, you can second guess it.
Yes, sir.
With the guy behind the plate, he's just got one shot at it.
Try to get it right every time. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, let me pass this along to you too, sports fans. The Future Patriot Basketball Camp, May the 20th and the 21st from 9 to 12 at the Morton Combs Athletic Complex. Registration begins at 8. It's the boys and girls that are entering 1st through 7th grade. $40 per camper. Concessions are available. And again, for more info, you can reach out to Coach Casey Huff at the knottcountyschools.us. But again, James, it's that time of the year we'll start seeing a lot of those camps going around, man.
Yeah, you'll start seeing a lot of them. They had a big crowd last year at Coach Huff's one at basketball. He shared pictures over there. They had several kids at it. So I think there's one going on in the 15th region as well. Maybe about the same time period. And while I'm on that, old buddy reached out to me today. We posted it earlier on Hometown. John Johnson's baby girl, Abigail Johnson, over at Floyd Central, starting to get some attention from some college volleyball programs. Man, she's had a couple of visits. So I told John I was going to give his daughter a shout out tonight. So Abby, you just keep doing what you're doing, and congratulations on all the success you're seeing over there at Floyd Central on the volleyball court.
Yes, sir, man. And again, also, let me give a shout out to, and I'll talk to them real quickly. Letcher Elementary Middle School is having the 2nd annual Danny Bates Classic basketball. The Danny Bates Classic will be Saturday, May the 18th. It's $100 per team with a multi-team discount. For more information, call Ray Collins at 821-5522. Again, 606-821-5522 for the 2nd annual Danny Bates Classic. And James, on that note too, let me tell everybody, if you need James and I to do if you need us to post something on Facebook for you during baseball season, you're probably going to have more success messaging us individually. In other words, send James a message and say, James, will you put this on Hometown? Or send myself a message. Sometimes that Facebook for Hometown, there's about 5 of us that checks it, but sometimes because there's 5 of us that checks it, we might miss something in the summer, James.
Yeah, no, you're right, man. You go back about the camp. I want to make sure that I cover about the camp right quick. Once the T-shirts are all paid for, because everybody else was volunteers for once. The T-shirts are paid for. All that money that's made from the camp that day will be more college scholarships that we're going to give away on our scholarship night. We've already got 4 college scholarships we're going to give away. We're looking to add 4 more throughout this camp. So, hey, it would be sweet for our first year on our college scholarship program to be able to give away 8 college scholarships to seniors across the mountain.
And we're looking forward to that, man. And again, just we got a few more things up our sleeve here, folks. Stick around, stay with us. We need you guys to hit that like and share button, and also make sure you're following the page, okay?
Yeah. And on that, if anybody out there is wanting to help pay for the T-shirts, they're more than welcome to. That's going to be more college scholarships we can give away if we don't have to soak up the T-shirt money. If
Sure.
you don't want to, we totally understand. But our goal is that once the T-shirts are paid, to be able to give away another 4 scholarships. We can maybe go from 4 to 6 and be able to give 10 college scholarships away if we can find somebody out there that would like to have their name on the back of the T-shirts. A really nice design. Billy and Randy Moore over at Graphic Impressions is going to do them, and it's going to have the 2024 Hometown Sports Corner Baseball Softball Camp on the front, and on the back it's going to say effort plus attitude equals life. Because the better effort you have, the better attitude you have, the better life you'll have. If you have a bad attitude, you don't want to give out any effort, you're going to have a bad life. So effort plus attitude equals life. Man, that's going to be the motto of that fundamental camp, and we expect to have a lot of great effort and a really, really good attitudes.
Yes, sir. And again, we promise you parents that your kids will be well taken care of and they'll leave here. It's not just something they're coming to have fun in. Now, we're going to see they leave here with more fundamentals and their game's a little better because they come to it.
Yeah, I want the parents to hang out. I want them to hang out outside the field and watch and learn, see if they can't learn something from the coaches that's going through it that they can take home and work with their kids. They don't have to drop them off and leave and come back. If they want to stick around and see what kind of drills and what we're doing with the kids, I 100% want you to stay there and have a good time with the kids.
And then, James, we do want to say, too, to those people that are tuning in, that you and I, we had an opportunity to go up, support your brother and the folks with the Gingerbread Festival, and had ourselves a good time up there, brother.
Yeah, I'd hear Brock Childers. He'd start, and I'd look, and you'd be giving some kind of nose rub, ear pull. The only time I seen you do anything different when Fran started bidding. You tried to reach for her number, and she pulled it back and said, I got this one.
Yeah, what do you think about her? I thought I was supposed to be the one doing the bidding at the auction, and next thing I know, she starts bidding.
Yeah, she was going, and Logan and all them boys were just pointing at you, going, yep. You were throwing them out there, man. Good event, though. They do really good things, and Corbett Mullins and them for years around the Gingerbread Festival had a lot of success on it, and those fine people on the new committee has took off and ran with it and has kept it going.
And you and I, of course, got a chance to catch up with some of our friends, and we appreciate them. There's a good picture of our buddy, Mr. Harold Kraft up there, and then I want to say Miss Glenna Shrum with the Knott County Long-Term Recovery Group. If people only knew the things that Miss Glenda Shrum did. We could write a book, brother. I'm trying to get off these pictures of me here.
There he is. Look at that. That's got to be our program.
That's my beautiful girls, though. But then again, there we are, Miss Glenn and I accepting the award for the Knott County Long-Term Recovery Group. Yep. We were recognized as Group of the Year, and James, I'm mighty proud of that. And again, everybody that works so hard. There's the gingerbread man. I know I'd get to his picture in a moment.
Yeah.
But all the stuff that happens at the Gingerbread Festival for that one weekend, these folks work all year, James.
Yes.
Getting ready for that one weekend, and we just recognize them for that, man.
You're right on that, man. They do a really, really good job, and work on it year round.
Yes, indeed. Congratulations right there to my friends, the Marshalls, and their baby girl. She got the young lady of the year.
Female student of the year.
That's how it was. Yes, sir. And trying to get through a couple more of those pictures. But anyhow, that's just of the auction. I wanted to get to the ones that won them, but well-deserved prizes and recognition, my friend, for those people that won up there.
Yeah. The one that wasn't there, but I seen his award, so I want to give him a shout-out to Mr. Sawyer No.
Yes, sir.
He was the male student of the year. I seen that the Gingerbread Committee went to the school and gave him his award, I think, on Monday, maybe, or it's earlier this week. So congratulations to Sawyer No on the male student of the year award this year. Congratulations to him.
And then as we left, James, we glanced over to the right side of us and could not believe the amount of elk that were just up there. Like, hey, you guys here for a party? We just over here eating. And it's fascinating still yet to me. As long as they stay up there and stay off my property, these elk are still yet a beautiful sight to see, man.
They are. It was nice seeing them when you left the Sportsplex.
Oh, did you catch them too?
Yeah.
Yeah, good deal. All right. Can't get nothing past old Eagle Eye.
But it's hard to get past. It's hard not to see a herd of elk standing beside the road. You don't have to be an eagle eye. You just can't be farsighted when you look at them.
And Fran kept saying, "You're getting close enough. Don't go any closer. They are bigger than what
Yeah.
you think."
Yeah, they are.
Hey, man, as we wrap up the show here, again, as always, this seems like time flies when you're having fun, James. We talked a little dirt track racing there at the beginning, but before we go, I better recap the action at Mountain Motor. And I do want to say, too, you talked about Purry and Breathitt in baseball. They had a good one down in Jackson, Kentucky. Breathitt won that one tonight. They sent me the score just then, 8-5. So that's pretty close. Good matchup there, man.
Yeah.
And then, James, as we go to the Mountain Motor Complex page on Facebook, we can get you the winners and some action down there. Encourage you to jump over there and check it out for yourself as well, sports fans. They've got the results posted from everybody's races. And now, last year I talked about getting James to go over there, but I was working, and I thought I'm going to invite him over here, and I won't even get to sit and eat a hot dog with him. But I'm not working this year, so James, we got to go to one of these races this year, brother.
Yeah, we do.
Congratulations to Caleb Cottle. Caleb won the 4-cylinder race over there. Dylan Roark, Dwayne Bradley, and Braden Lackey finished out the running order in that first one. Nick Mason, you know Nick quite well. He won the bomber race over there. Eddie Griffith and Tyron Griffith finished second and third, and Danny Fields was the fourth place finisher. In the hobby stocks, it would be Sean Stamper getting the win. Roy Mullins come home second, and Jeff Stambo would be third. And then they had themselves a good old-fashioned open-wheel modified shootout. Dustin Mosley from right here in Knott County got the W. Garrett McLeod finished second. Melvin Shepard third. Michael Larkey, Oscar McCowan, Tony Sizemore, J.K. Hall, and Jamie Maggard, the running order in that open-wheel modified. A good run for Brandon Fouts. The BLD Bandit takes the checkered flag in the late models race over there. Steve Stallings had a great showing. Steve finished second. Raymond Nichols on the card is third. Someone told me, however, that was Raymond's son racing. I got to get confirmation of that. Creed Mullins finished fourth. Jake Madden fifth. Nigel's listed here below him, so they both must have raced this weekend. And then Jake Henry rounds out the late models there. And then in the sport mod division, Darren Sloan, the wild child they call him, got the W. Hunter McLeod finished second. Kyle Klein third. Brayley Holbrook, Chandler Likens, Riley Fields, and Chad Marshall. And that is the running order over at Mountain Motor, James. And encourage everybody to get out and go over there. Close racing nearby that you can get a chance to see right here on your home, man. That'd be pretty neat.
Yeah, Brady went last weekend.
For
really
real?
bragged. Yeah, he's been going. He started going last year, and he went this Friday night. And I think it was Friday or Saturday. And I can't remember which night earlier in the week.
Saturday, yeah.
Saturday night. He spoke real high of it, liked how it went. So I think they're planning on going back tomorrow night.
All right. Hopefully I'm going to go to the Knott County. I'm going to go to the baseball game tomorrow night.
Yeah.
But I might still get to catch the ending of it. And then maybe the next weekend I'll get to see Brady over there. We get him hooked, and then he'll bring you.
Oh, he's already hooked.
Not on racing.
Not on racing, but he's hooked.
Yep.
He's going racing, but he ain't hooked on the racing.
I know why he's going. I can even point where she sits. She sits back about 25 feet behind the flag stand on the right side of the racetrack. If you ever need to find your boy on a race night, that's where he'll be.
That's where he's at.
I know where they sit, brother.
Yeah, that's about right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, Walter Pegg Combs, one of the greatest to race, told me one time, I said, what's your favorite part of racing? And keep in mind, this guy, we loved him because he was a local driver, but this guy's known as one of the best in the world of racing. And he said, the greatest thing about racing is, he said, on Saturday night, I know where my family's at. Yeah. Every one of them's here with me. And that just always stuck with me, man. And so as long as he's at the racing, Well, he ain't going to get in trouble. He knows better.
He better.
Yeah, he'll do it right. And then, James, of course, as we wrap up the show, you and I were blessed, man, with some awesome church services.
Man, we wasn't we?
Wasn't it cool to get to see
Oh,
people
man,
get
I'm telling you.
baptized at both churches on Sunday?
Lord's been good to us.
Absolutely, man. And each and every week you take time to invite everybody out. And as we both know, you're better at giving instructions and directions than I am. So tell them where they need to come see us Sunday.
Brother, we'll start this upcoming Sunday. If you ain't got nowhere else to go when you feel like going to church, we'd love to have you at 11 o'clock at Montgomery Baptist Church. It's about 5 miles west on Kentucky 550, just outside of Hyman. You can start at the red light, and you go about 5 miles. Montgomery Baptist Church will sit on the left side of the road. A beautiful piece of God's country, I should say. If you come down in there, we'd love to have you. You can sit right beside me. Church service starts at 11. We usually over with about 12:30. And then if you can't make the morning service, you can start at the red light, and you can travel on 550 East about 3 miles to the Lighthouse Baptist and see my good buddy Jamie Hughes. Service starts about 2 o'clock up there, and you, no matter which one of the two churches you go to, I promise you this, the Lord's moving, and you'll feel right at home in either one of the two churches, and either one of us sure love to see you at them.
That's right, man. And again, nothing like spending the Lord's Day in His house, I tell everybody. But you're right about that. Well, buddy, they say time flies when you're having fun, but it does even more so when you're outside on your front porch.
Yeah, well, as long as we can talk about the young people of the mountains, man, I can sit and talk about them all night long.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And James, thanks as always, brother, for sitting in here. And I'll talk to you probably in the morning, but we'll see everybody back on here next week.
Absolutely. We'll see you around the corner.
On Hometown Sports Corner. Good night. God bless you, everyone.
I'm Randy Thompson, your Republican candidate for state senator in the 29th district, which now includes Knott, Bell, Harlan, Letcher, and Floyd counties. Did you realize it's been 23 years since we've had a Knott County resident in the state senate? This year, we have an opportunity to put a Knott County resident back in the state senate. The election is May 21st. I'm Randy Thompson, and I'd appreciate your vote for state senator. Feel free to reach out to me on my Facebook page or thompsonforsenate.com.
Nelson Frazier Funeral Home is proud to sponsor tonight's sporting event. Nelson Frazier has the highest quality American-made funeral products, cremation services, mausoleum, and memorial markers, all with a family budget in mind. With 3 chapels located in Hyman, Martin, and now in Prestonsburg, Nelson Frazier Funeral Home is local people serving local families.
On streets of glory.
If your car's in a mess, take it to the best. That's Hometown Garage, located in Pine Top, Kentucky. Buster Sloan and Donnie Combs have been in the business for years, and we promise you that if the job satisfies them, it will you. For free estimates, pickups, and deliveries locally, you can call them at 606-276-1171. That's Hometown Garage.
Hey you, it's me, Marcello. Are you looking for a great place to eat lunch or a dinner? Now go right now to Hot Rods. They have delicious pizza, cheese sticks, spaghetti, wings, a salad bar, and more. You can eat in, carry out, or get a delivery from 4 great locations: Heinemann, Hazard, Allen, and Betsy Lane. That's a Hot Rods. It's the best place this side of Italy. Mwah!
Take the short drive to satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations, or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring home your new vehicle.
Nestled in the mountains of Appalachia, along the Purpose Road, is a hidden gem, Alice Lloyd College. For 100 years, ALC has been providing opportunities.
Opportunity to learn from the best.
Opportunity to work for my education.
Opportunity to serve my community.
Opportunity to become a leader.
Opportunity to find my life's purpose.
Apply now to find